Ever since I opened my TikTok account, there's nothing I have protected more than keeping it pure and spiritually clean. But for the first time ever, I am breaking that promise and I am bringing some sacrilegious obscenities and profanities for the very first time in this video. This is a blogger in Uganda. He was arrested, unfortunately, for skirmishes between them and other bloggers and, some of these words that they talk about. And I have never seen the police so invested, so heavily proud. This guy who's arresting him, taking him into the cells, you can see he's doing a commendable job. You'd think he'd do the same when he's arresting thieves or goons or people who attack women and children and etc. But the point here is not even about the police. The point here is if you're just like me and you believe in having a clean society, you'd be very happy about this. You'd be thinking, oh, finally, Father Lokodo has come back. Do you remember the days of vagina monologues when they came and made it such a big deal and they banned it in Uganda, when the Miriam Matembes were up in arms whenever there was any sort of moral improprieties in Uganda, when they bang the table and make sure such things never made it to society? Those days are gone. The problem here is not about how this guy is being arrested. The problem is about who is arresting him. This is the most toxic, most hideous, most truculent human being that Uganda has ever seen. This lady has nothing but malevolent evil spewing out of her mouth. I cannot understand how the police can decide to side with her, to arrest somebody who has abrogated her or made her angry or just said some words to, braise her here and there. But nobody is paying any attention to the terrible, toxic, egregious, nonsensical bullshit that comes out of her mouth. Nobody cares. I mean, you guys, I don't know where we lost the country. I really don't know. But at some point in time, we've got to sit down and wonder, what are we going to do about our society? We grew up in a time where our parents had dinner table disagreements, and that's what we grew up seeing. We are raising our children in chaos, in absolute catastrophe. We will never be able to pick our children back from the kind of evil that surrounds them. You guys, you're going to forgive me, but I have to play for you some of these ladies' clips. I don't want us to feel crestfallen and brokenhearted that there is no hope. There is hope, but not for us. It is too far gone. This is a raging bull on steroids. It has already bolted. I don't know what it's going to take for us to sanitize our social media, our TikTok, our environment. These are the things that our kids are consuming. They're taking them as everyday fodder. They're sucking them in. If you ever get close enough to this, these people are imbued in evil. They spend all their days relishing in the world's worst evil. If they even just come close to you, they are going to radiate all this negative, toxic energy into you. You must avoid them at all costs. I see politicians hugging them, grappling with them, holding hands and etc. You've got to be very careful because this evil keeps on resounding in their lives. It's a spiritual soul that just never leaves them. It's inside there, and as soon as it touches you, it gets inside you. Now I can understand we can have political hostility here and there, and unfortunately what used to be warring social groups has now become, factions that are, killing each other, holding each other at necks. there's bodily revulsion. Every word that people remove, that people throw out these days, is laced with the insignia of profanity. But we've got to get to a point where we bring everybody back to the moral compass. We are all created in the image of God with a transcendent worth. You see, those of us who believe in good against evil must never give up. We must never think we've lost this fight. Where is the counterpunch? Where are the people who are fighting against this evil? Where is the pushback? Where are the priests? Where are the morality protectors, the headmasters, the teachers? You find some of these people indulging in this nonsense. They actually get onto social media, they get onto TikTok, they listen into all this crap and let it go on, and it's spewed out there, and they don't even say shit about it. Where is the Father Lokodo? We used to have a Father Lokodo. I don't know who the new Father Lokodo is today. Who is the Minister of Ethics and Integrity? Do we even still have a Minister for Ethics and Integrity? I don't even know. I mean, this is how a country collapses entirely. A country first implodes. There is character assassination where people have no more shame. Then you start to see infrastructure falling apart, roads are going bad, power cuts go off for days on end. That's when people lose it and they have apathy. And then before you know it, the country descends into chaos. Absolute, total, calamitous chaos. We cannot wait for that moment to happen. Those of us who are morally upright, who want to see our children grow up with values, with Christian values, with morality. Well, it doesn't have to be Christian values. You might be ascribing to another faith, but there must be a certain benchmark, a threshold, the lowest common denominator for us to have a basis on which our values are upheld. We must come out and condemn and fight against this evil. We must expurgate all their nonsensical rubbish off our social media and sanitize it for our children. Our children have to grow up in a country of hope, with optimism, where there is, a future, where, values are upheld, where we cannot be allowing them to be abrogated every day. There's assault, there's degradation, there's human rights abuse every single day, and people just walk by every single day. At what point in time are we going to come together and put our differences aside and say, no, where there is evil, there is evil. Where there is good, there is good. Let's call a spade, not a spoon. At this point in time, I'm calling upon all of you. And I'm not trying to become a morality protector. You look through all my social media. It harbors absolutely no profanities for this very reason, because I am trying to build a society for myself and for those around me that is upright. We cannot allow evil to take over our society. You've got to understand that these narcissistic people who are born and raised in scatologically patched up homesteads have absolutely no fear whatsoever in their hearts for whatever will happen to them. They don't mind about their reputation. They don't mind about what people say about them. Opinions pass for judgments. Assertions to them are the truth. They walk about as if they are idiots in society. Now, the rest of us must bring the country back to the right moral compass. It is incumbent upon us. So wherever you are out there, I am imploring you, I'm begging for your forbearance. I'm asking you to come and join. I'm calling upon all of you morally upright thinking people to come and fight this evil and turn our country back to the correct moral compass. We cannot give these people any more inches. We give them an inch, they take a mile. We give them an inch, they take a mile. We have to fight back. So the rest of you out there, morality protectors, teachers, doctors, lawyers, engineers, everybody in society, let's come together and fight this malevolence. Let's fight this evil. We cannot allow it to eat our country away like a cancer. We must fight back.